Nammo Aditafa, good morning. Thank you for joining us for our daily practice check-in for May 28th, 2020, Thursday. Listen, listen, listen. This beautiful sound calls us back to our true home. The fourth mindfulness training. Aware of the suffering caused by unmindful speech and the inability to listen to others, I vow to cultivate loving speech and deep listening in order to bring joy and happiness to others and to relieve others of their suffering. Knowing that words can create happiness or suffering, I'm determined to speak truthfully, with words that inspire self-confidence, joy, and hope. I will not spread news that I do not know to be certain, and will not criticize or condemn things of which I am not sure. I will refrain from uttering words that can cause division or discord, or that can cause the family or the community to break. I am determined to make all efforts to reconcile and resolve all conflicts, however small. We're ready to begin a new chapter in Ajahn Sucitta's book, Kamma and the End of Kamma. This is a chapter on the Kamma of relationship. Even when meditating on your own seems fine, you may notice that social contact stirs you up. Opinions about others, concern, attraction, irritation. How to clear all that? How do we work with the Kamma of relationship? The community of value. Relationship is a big part of life, and interaction is a part of what families, friendships, and communities, such as monasteries, are about. In the monastery where I live, even a retreat is a mix of solitude and communality. We encourage restraint and introspection by spending days together in silence, alternating sitting in the hall with periods of walking meditation. There's also a theme of cooperation. We do chores together every morning for up to an hour, sweeping up, cleaning the bathing facilities and toilets. There are talks and dialogue sessions, and there's the space to be individuals too. After a couple of weeks of practicing together, a few people at a time go into solitude for weeks at a time, while the rest of us keep to a group format. Meanwhile, people from outside the monastery bring food. Some cook the food and offer it to the monks, nuns, and the rest of the community. Some people come to otherwise support what we're doing during these months of retreat, because they respect the endeavor and want to help us do the work of meditation. So although in many ways each of us are on our own with our bodily feelings, energies, and mental states, in other ways we're in it together. What will sustain us as individuals is the practice of spiritual friendship. Life's a shared situation. We're on this planet with other people. As meditators, we're also part of the quest for meaning and truth that has been carried on by millions of people throughout history. In the course of this endeavor, great teachers and teachings have arisen. We're in that community of purpose and awakening. It's a community of value, punya, more than just a group of people. It's a field of the skillful actions and skillful results that people have cultivated. It's important that we see ourselves and other people in those terms. If we only see our lives in terms of our personal history and immediate friends, or of our nationality, or of our gender, we conceive ourselves in ways that can cause conflict with people who are outside our group. The skillful way to consider each other is to think of how, rather than tangle each other up, we can work towards awakening. So we recollect our potential for good Kamma by considering what is worthy and good in each other, and then we aim to live out the potential in terms of how each of us acts and interacts, to see and respect the good in ourselves and to be keen to live that out. This is conscience, hiri. Then, to see and respect the good in others, and to be keen to live in accordance with that, this is concern, ottappa. Conscience and concern are called the guardians of the world. As long as we listen to their advice, our personal world is aligned to the integrity and empathy that support awakening. But we can lose touch with that conscience and concern if we neglect valuing our own actions and those of others. Maybe we just expect other people to become ideals and consequently get negative and critical of their shortcomings. Or we might imagine that everyone else is enlightened or near it, and we are the laggards of the group with peculiar flaws and needs. All of that is negative mental kamma. The mind has adopted a view of self rather than directly acknowledged good qualities. Of course, it's not that there aren't shortcomings or areas where we haven't yet developed, but it's only when you can acknowledge the good that you're really in the right place to point out the shortcomings. The empathy of conscience and concern is what makes them, rather than righteousness, the guardians of the world. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. Sadhu. 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 Thank you for joining me today, and I hope the rest of your Thursday is a lovely one.